Hello everyone and welcome back to Southern World. I hope you guys are doing very well. If you do enjoy the content, please consider dropping that like and subscribe. So quick update, tomorrow I'll be traveling and I'll be back only Sunday evening, so I will be recording the next video on Monday. So let's get straight to it. Bond yields keep on rising. The dollar rose a little bit, so financial conditions keep on tightening. As we've mentioned before, this would put, if this continues, this will lead most likely to a correction, particularly in crypto and Bitcoin, somewhere around late July, August, around that time frame. So something to keep in mind. At the moment, we are still benefiting from the massive liquidity improvements of Q1 2025 with the drop of yields, drop of the dollar, drop of oil, etc. It's funny because here in the channel, as you guys know, and some of you even got a bit bored about it, why is this guy always talking about bonds? Why are these guys always talking about bonds? Because bonds dictate the rest of the market in longer time frames. So yes, having the bond market yields going up and bond market going down is not good. And to be honest, we've been straight up since the bottom. And the bottom, in case you guys are curious about, was exactly when Jim Cramer predicted a Black Monday. That Monday was the bottom, basically. But that's classic Jim Cramer. I really think he's sent by the Matrix, just to mess with it. It's impossible for someone to be so wrong on the day so often. I mean, it's quite crazy. It's quite crazy. I remember when he picked those top banks for 2023, like top performing banks, and basically were the two banks that went bankrupt. I mean, the US has like thousands of regional banks. The ability to pick the two that went bankrupt is not possible. Still think it's sent by the Matrix to mess with us, by the machines. That's my feeling. You can disagree with me, but that's how I feel. Now, what is funny is I've always said, look at the bond market, look at the bond market, look at the bond market, and now to see everyone, literally everyone looking at the bond market is say, yeah, that's basically what I've been saying for, I don't know, months and months and months and months, but people always look at the wrong. I said, don't concern yourself so much about the stock market and the crypto market. That's all driven by liquidity for the most part. Look at the bond market because that's the structural meat. Now, I think there's a big reason why bonds are selling off, which is due to the massive refinancing needs, about $9 trillion for the US this year. And some of it is already underway. So if I can see it, and I'm a random guy with a mask sitting in my house, I'm sure brighter minds can see it as well. So I think a lot of people may be front running that sell-off, and I've never seen so many people talking about bonds and yields and how this is going to crash the world. Now, my experience is what really takes you down is not when everybody's looking at something. So I have the feeling, maybe I'm wrong, that we may be well approaching the bottom of the sell-off in the bond market. For the reason that I cannot go on X and scroll two posts without seeing the bond market and yields, like by the most random of people that I think have accounts for 10 years without ever talking about yields in their lives. That's my experience is not what causes big collapses. It's the opposite. It's how do you get rich? 1929. Oh, you buy stocks. How do you get rich? 2000. Easy. Buy tech stocks. How do you get rich in 2006? Easy. Buy real estate. That's what kills you. It's when everybody is in agreement that everything is okay and about a specific asset, and nobody can see that being the source of the problem. In this case, everybody can see it, which pulls me a little bit away from it from a contrarian perspective. I don't understand or I have trouble envisaging how the crowd can be always wrong. And particularly, Peter Schiff just made a doomsday prediction around the bonds, which usually is a very good sign that the bottom may be in. Now, when it comes to crypto, I think we're in the consolidation phase. I think Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high before the end of the month, probably closer to the end of the month. Massive investments made by the US or made by the Gulf nations is quite amazing in the US. That's good for the Americans. I think over the long term, and it's not going to be something immediate. Tax bill is going around, and deregulation efforts will start in Q4. I would like to see a couple more trade deals. I understand that this week is more about traveling and more about peace. Tomorrow we have the talks in Turkey, between Ukraine and Russia. Let's see what can be derived from there. Ethereum is bouncing its head on the 200-day moving average. Let's hope it can close above. Closing tonight above 2,600 would be positive, so keep an eye on that. As I said, keep it short, look at the bonds, look for it to stabilize. Probably the bottom is close. I do expect Bitcoin to hit a new all-time high before the end of the month. So let's see if that happens. And with that, see you on Monday, guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll catch you in the next one.